Um, for today's psych lecture, I'm going to be talking about self-limiting beliefs. Self-limiting beliefs is something that's put on you since you were a child. It's not something that you create yourself. There's no way for you to be born and grow up and be like, I can't do this. Ever since you were a kid, but when you were a baby, a kid, like kindergarten, first grade, like I want to be an astronaut. I want to be. What the hell did people want to be back in the day, bro? An astronaut. That's the biggest one. I want to be an astronaut, and that sounds astronomical. That sounds like something like you can't imagine that now, right? Sounds like something that could never happen. But when you were a kid, you were delusional and believed that could happen. Why don't you believe it anymore? Let's say you didn't want it. Let's say you wanted to be an astronaut. Now you don't want to be an astronaut. And you really want to achieve something in life. You want to become a millionaire. You want to, let's say, get into ecom, get into trading, get into anything entrepreneurship related. You want to build your business in person and maybe no online business. That's fine. But you just think about how hard it is. You just think about how much people fail, and that's all you think about. You've limited yourself to that. And sometimes it's not about what you read online, because that could limit your beliefs too. Self-limiting beliefs can come from online too. Like you can see it on TikTok, people in the comment section just hating on anybody, talking about, oh yeah, he sells courses. He's a course seller. Like, and then you're like, yeah, I gotta sell courses. This isn't real. That's that causes a self-limiting belief. Something else that causes a self-limiting belief is people you grew up with, like your parents, which is fine. Like they put those self-limiting beliefs on you for a reason. They want you to be safe. They want you to take the easy way. They don't want you to struggle. They don't want you to suffer because they know how hard it is. They know how low probability it is for you to succeed. The only reason people don't succeed is because they stop believing in themselves. Don't get that twist. That's the only reason people don't succeed. Now, your parents, they do it because they want you to be safe. They want you to take the easy way. They don't want you to struggle. It's the same thing with your friends. Like you could tell your friends, I want to start trading, and they know like there's these. I'm not sure where the statistic comes from, but I think it's probably realistic. It makes sense. You say like 99% of traders fail, and 95% of traders fail. So your friends will bring that up. Say it's gambling. Say the same probability as becoming a entrepreneur. I think it might be a little higher actually, but they'll bring up stuff like this, and it's not because they hate you and don't want you to succeed. It's not because they want to deter you from making money. It's because they want you to have a sustainable income. They want you to be safe in life. They want you to not risk anything. They don't want you to take risks because those risks are dangerous. Now, let's say you were to listen to them and you weren't delusional. You lost that delusion. You previously had a delusion. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna be rich and successful, and you believed it. You didn't think it was delusion. You believed it. They say that stuff to you. You're like, yeah, they're kind of right. Yeah, I mean, if I do this, I could fail. I could lose this. Let's say, let's say you believe that and you didn't do that. Now you're working a dead end job you never wanted to work. You're working for someone else, and you're not working for yourself. You wanted to create that business. They didn't want you to. You're the one that decided to not create that business. They might have put a belief on you, but it's not their fault you didn't create the business. You can't blame other people for something you did. Now, let's say you didn't believe what they said. Let's say you stopped listening to them for a second. Let's say they said this to you and you were like, "Yeah, I mean, the statistic makes sense, but I'm not a part of the statistic." Let's say you understood that statistic comes from people that quit after failing once or twice, or people that have been doing it for years and never learned a lesson, never learned to be like disciplined, and never learned to trust the process and not think about the outcome. It's usually why people fail. Let's say you didn't listen to them, you stuck to the process, you didn't worry about the outcome, and you just stuck with it for so long. No matter how long, it could be months, you'd make no money. They just tell you you're losing money, you're gambling. You stop this online business stuff. Just if you just stopped listening to them for 2 3 years, 1 2 years, maybe a couple months, if your brain is able to comprehend everything you're doing wrong fast enough, maybe a couple months, then you'd succeed. You'd see how far you'd go. And after that, only after that, then they'll believe it. Only after, because people don't people don't listen to what you say. They don't. They see action. When they see you do something, when they see you do something meaningful, when they see you make a good amount of money, then they start to care. Then they ask, drop the method. Then they say, put me on. That's only then. Only then. And I've seen this from some of my friends. One of my friends has an online food service business. And he started gaining a little bit of success on it. People started ordering from him from our school. Goes on to people in America, some people in Canada, right? And these guys see it and they want the method now. They didn't ask for the method before. All they cared about was the cheap food that they were getting from him. They cared about what they were getting from him. They cared about what they were to get. He cared about providing a service that created him an income. And he never thought about the outcome. He thought about what he loved to do, right? Thought about what he loved to do, and he ended up making money from it, and he still makes a good amount of money from it. Allahumma barik. Now, people start asking, put me on. What's the method? And some people have been asking this from the start. Now, everybody wants to know it, and people want to work for him now. Work for him now. The whole premise of this video and point of this video is self-limiting beliefs is one of the worst things you could put upon yourself, because it'll make you quit whatever you wanted to start or whatever you wanted to ever get into because of what everyone else has said, because of how everyone talks about how impossible it is. Those self-limiting beliefs will keep you down. If you just stop listening to those self-limiting beliefs for a couple months, a year, 2 years, you will succeed in whatever you want to do. Just stay delusional, stick to the process, stop gooning, stick to the process, keep working. Don't think about the outcome, and it will come to you. And of course, trust in Allah. Trust in God. That's it for the speech today. A little bit of a ramble, but you know.